Cell phones and Wi-Fi. Most people don't worry about it too much.
But a growing contingent of doctors are worried about school children who are now under constant barrage. 8 News Now anchor Paul Johnsich is here to explain.
In 2011, the World Health Organization declared radiation from Wi-Fi and cell phones right up there with formaldehyde and car exhaust as a possible carcinogen. And fairly recently, Consumer Reports gathered the latest research and concluded that we should not carry cell phones in our pockets or bras, prompting some to wonder, why are we adding to the invisible soup of electromagnetic signals by installing Wi-Fi in our schools?
Our next speaker will be April Tetromedlin.
I have been here on 6 occasions.
You may recognize this woman if you've ever attended a Clark County School Board meeting. For several years, April Tetromedlin has been warning about the risks of Wi-Fi exposure in the schools.
Of upgraded Wi-Fi. If CCSD plans to continue with no disclosure of possible harm to the health of students and teachers, the invisible magnetic field in our classrooms is altering the brain waves of students.
And what's been the response from the school board?
Silence. Silence.
At a time when Clark County schools are upgrading wireless systems, some even providing free laptops to students, governments in other parts of the world are removing them. The reason? Potential health risks. While a clear link between radio frequency radiation and cancer has not been established, there is agreement among doctors that children's developing brains and bodies are more vulnerable to even subtle changes in the environment.
We cannot afford to treat our children like they're in an experiment without controls.
Dr. Deborah Davis is an epidemiologist and president of the Environmental Health Trust based in Washington, D.C. In April, Dr. Davis wrote this letter to Governor Sandoval urging him to consider the issue, which is this. Today's students are the first generation to study under constant bombardment from multiple sources of low-level radiation. Routers beaming signals from the classroom walls, laptops on their desks, and cell phones in their pockets.
I think that we should all have the choice of whether or not we want our children to be exposed to the upgraded Wi-Fi.
As of this week, every school in the Clark County District has Wi-Fi, and 42 schools have enhanced Wi-Fi, or total site saturation. When we contacted the district to see if they've discussed the risks and considered that other countries are removing Wi-Fi from schools, they responded by saying no one would be available for interviews and issued a statement, which says, while there is no clear and consistent evidence or indication that the Wi-Fi equipment in CCSD schools pose a health risk, all concerns about the safety of students are thoroughly researched and acted upon. CCSD has provided students with reasonable accommodations if their parents expressed health-related concerns regarding school Wi-Fi systems. Not true, according to April Tetromedlin.
They told me that basically I could pick another school.
April has had to shuffle her daughter from school to school to avoid Wi-Fi. Her daughter is currently at Las Vegas High, but their Wi-Fi is scheduled to be enhanced over the summer, which means she'll be moving again.
Schools around the world are taking steps to reduce Wi-Fi. The city of Haifa has recently removed Wi-Fi from the schools. France has policies to have no Wi-Fi in kindergartens.
The district statement goes on to say the implementation of Wi-Fi has allowed for positive benefits in the classroom, and it remains an essential part of learning in the 21st century. While many applaud schools for offering the latest technology, Dr. Davis and others suggest following the lead of other countries who are playing it safe and ditching Wi-Fi.
Bottom line, there's no scientific evidence that exposure to low-level radiation from Wi-Fi is safe or dangerous because studies with children have not been conducted. Dr. Davis, who was among the first to argue against smoking on airplanes before we learned that breathing secondhand smoke was bad for us, tells me the governor has not responded to her letter. If you'd like to read that letter, there's a link on our website. Find it under the Links We Mentioned section. Back to you.